Oh, come in, come in. Away. Hi, good to see you. You come at a most opportune time. You see, I must introduce you to my friend Stephen Crotts here. So Stephen's an illustrator, and it looks as if we will be working together on my Arthuriad. So he's come to talk all things Arthur to me. It's already he's done this one for me, sort of me reading Arthurian things, and it's all very beautifully detailed. There's the sword and the stone, and there's a packet of three nuns, which was Lewis's favourite tobacco. Anyway, we're at the very early dreaming stages, so come and have a little look at what we've been looking at. All kinds of different traditions of Arthur illustration. Here's that lovely puffin one of Roger Lancelot Green's. There's King Arthur. This is Rackham, that great moment of the Galahad pulling the sword from the floating stone. And Stephen, you've just been to this chap's house. Do you want to talk about that one?
Yes, the Legends of the Grail from Folio is illustrated by the great engraver Simon Brett. So we've been looking through some of his wonderful pieces about the Grail stories.
And in fact, Stephen's just been to visit Simon Brett and stay with him. Come and have a. So anyway, as you've arrived, if you want to, you could either stand or you could perch on the library steps if you like. Shall we do that? Do you want to move that? So I was just reading a bit to Stephen, and while he's sketching me, so you might like to sit on that. So anyway, we've got those beautiful books out, and the hope is this, that when this book finally sees the light of day, it will be as beautiful as one of those. It will be a really, books falling gradually all over the place, not to worry, I can pick all those up. Sort of waterfall of books. That it's going to be a really beautiful book like that. It's going to be a thing that will be a pleasure to pick up and handle. It'll be a treasure that hopefully will be passed down. And in fact, I see myself as one person only in a long chain, in a tradition of people who've taken up the matter of Britain. And I expect, Stephen, that it's in a sense you're in a lineage of illustrators, aren't you? You're kind of alluding to the past, but you're bringing it forward in some way.
Yeah, I hope so. I love looking at old books, and it's been fun to kind of immerse into the world that has been explored through the great artists, and then imagine what might we do together that's some new kind of offering.
Yeah, well, it feels to me like it's the beginning of a quest or an adventure.
Indeed.
But maybe, I was going to read you the bit about Solomon's ship, but maybe I should read you from the kind of epilogue to the whole of this first book about the Grail, because it includes the idea that this is a story that we inherit. It's part of our heritage and we pass it on, and it's a story that changes our views and binds us to life. So I'll just read you the bit where Sir Bors, who's the one Grail knight who returns, Galahad having gone on to a kind of apotheosis and Parsifal having stayed to be the new sort of Grail king. So this is Bors has got back to Camelot, and now it's the Feast of Michaelmas, St. Michael and all angels. That's a significant thing in itself. And this is how I kind of end it. That night they kept at Camelot the Feast of Michaelmas. They gave Sir Bors the pride of place, and called on him to say the grace, and all rejoiced to see his face, and said, thank God he has his place, and has returned to us. And Bors spoke unto Lancelot, I bring a word to you. Your son has all fulfilled the Grail, and sailed at last beyond the veil, and from the place where no prayers fail, know that he prays for you. And Arthur rose and said to all, give ear to good Sir Bors, for now he taketh up the tale concerning all the Holy Grail, and the last lifting of the veil, and how the great quest did not fail, which was our holy cause. And let the scribes take out their pens, and make a record clear, that all he tells we may recall, the tale that soundeth through this hall, and children's children be enthralled by all that's spoken here. And good Sir Bors took out his harp, and he took up the tale of all our hopes and fears, the tale that passes down the years, the quest of joy, the quest of tears, quest of the Holy Grail. And some who heard it were transformed and changed from deep within. For in the lifting of the veil they saw the love of God prevail, and likewise felt another veil lift from their heart within. For this I know, said good Sir Bors, we saw the grail depart, yet it did not depart from us. For lovely and mysterious its presence seemed to enter us. It shineth fair and glorious in the chapel of the heart. And now I know in any church where people kneel and pray, and the good priest still sings the mass, there signs and wonders come to pass. The Holy Grail may come to us on any Sabbath day. And then this is the key ending. This tale is not for us alone, but for our children too. So take the tale up if you can, and pass it on to maid and man, that it may grow like living grain, both beautiful and true. And so the tale came down the years in every land and tongue, and old folk told it through their tears and gave it to the young. And even I, in these dark days, have heard and found it true. So I have taken up the tale and passed it on to you. And that's how we sort of finish up. How's it going? A man should never stop and look at his own
Got a little bit around the eyes here. I think eventually I'll be able to draw you from memory.
Right. Well, anyway, I've loved some of your ideas for bits for the cover and for these lovely, illuminated capital letters and all that kind of thing.
We both love Rackham's
Yeah.
beautiful red marble stone, and I know you've written about it, so I've drawn a little sketch of it here with the kind of pink marbling.
Yeah, that's great, yeah. And that's such a strange thing, a stone floating, and it's part of that, the world of wonders that you enter into. In the kind of, it's as though the margins of the realm of fairy and the ancient realm of Britain are constantly interfused. You cross any stream or any bridge and something from the other world can shimmer through. I think that's a really important part of it.
Yeah.
I'm planning in the new volume, which is would be the backstory, the big Arthur's education, of bringing Arthur into contact with the mythical Welsh poet Taliesin, who eventually becomes, and Arthur learning from Taliesin Merlin's backstory. So the sense of all these things being interwoven. Anyway, we must let you get on with sketch, but thank you for dropping round. I'm really glad you had the chance to see us in action, and I expect the next time you call we'll have made even more progress. So, cheers. Thanks for coming.